Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's paper crafting video, I am playing with the new paper pad collection for March from Not Too Shabby and the stamp and die of the month from Not Too Shabby. It's all part of a hop for the March release. There is a giveaway and all the things are in the description box below so you can enter into our giveaway and hop along with us. So here are the two paper pads of the month, a walk in my garden and springy watercolors. These are gorgeous papers. I love them. There are some subtle prints, there are some busier prints, some that look like glitter, some geometric patterns. I love the polka dots there. A couple solids in here as well, and I love this dark green. So gorgeous. So we'll be using that in today's video. And then this is the watercolor pad. Yeah. This is totally up my alley. I love subtle background paper. I love paper that you can use when it looks like a background that you've made yourself. So these are super fun and I love all the different colors you've got in this collection. So you can get a pack of ephemera to go with your paper pad. So the two paper pads come as an item you can subscribe to and get every month, and you can add on the ephemera, and I'm showing all of it to you right here. I laid it out because it takes so long for me to lay it out in front of you on video, but there's some gorgeous pieces I'll use today. And then look at this, my garden stamp set. Some really cute things in here. I love the little seed packs, the little garden tools, the birds, so cute. And there are 4 sentiments in there. And when you get the stamp and die of the month, you get the die with it, and I love that. So I am going to make some tags today. I really like to make tags, and I like to have them on hand. You can put them on a package. You could even put them on a card. So we're going to make 3 different tags today. I used a circle die to cut out a piece of the watercolor paper. I picked out an ephemera piece that I wanted to use, and now I'm taking out some of those stamps, the little seed packs, and I'm going to stamp a background on my circle there. So I am going to use some antique linen distress oxide ink to do that. This is a colored ink that will sit on top of the colored paper. Love it. So this is going to be kind of a shabby chic look we're doing today on all of these, and I am all about it. So fun. Now I'm taking some tattered rose, which is pretty much the same color as the paper I'm using, and I'm using that to splatter my little circle here. So I just watered down the ink that I pressed onto that window sheet, splattered it on. We're going to let that dry, and then I'm going to stamp out the sentiment here that says love grows here. I'm going to stamp this out several times so I have a bunch that I can use, and I'm doing it old school. Like, I got my acrylic block out, I'm tap tap tap, press and hold on the paper. Love it. It's, you know, what we used to do before there was a Misty. And I don't mind doing that at all. So I'm going to stamp 3 birds, 3 of the little garden trowels, and this little flower image. And then I've got several I can use on the tags I'm going to make today. I ended up making 3. I probably could have made like 27. They're so fun to make. And then I'm just collecting all the little pieces as I die cut them so I can use them on my cards. And I think they're so cute. So now I am going to add a little bit more layers onto this in the form of stamping. Now here's the funny part. This looks really fun and good and cool and all of that, but once I put everything on there, you really can't see the stamping. Which, by the way, that long sentiment, and it's scripty, it says, each day is a new beginning. Isn't that nice? So I mounted on my ephemera piece, popped it up with a foam square, and then I glued onto that love grows here. And then I'm going to do a little bit of watercoloring on my bird with some speckled egg, just keeping it really simple. This got really wet, just a little behind the scenes, and so when I go to stick it down on this tiny little foam square, it doesn't really stick for a minute, so it'll fall off one time. But I didn't realize so much water had come out of my water pen there. All right, so now I need to make a hole in the top of my tag. Do you see? It popped right off. And so I'm using my crocodile for that. Any little hole punch will do. And then I have some twine here. I like to get twine from the dollar store. They have twine there. It's really good and you get a ton, but this I don't think is the one from the dollar store. It's kind of lighter in color than the one I normally get there. The other one's more brown. All right, I pulled out some enamel dots from my stash. There's this really, it's either a really dark green or like a grayish green. Like in some lights I feel like, oh, these are gray, and other lights, oh, they're not, they're green. I don't know, but they're a dark contrast, and that's what I liked. I put on some of the dark blue enamel dots and then some of the cream ones as well. Just, I like to tuck them behind my popped up pieces. I think it's so fun. So there is tag number 1. Let's move on to tag number 2. I'm going to die cut out a smaller circle this time from the watercolor paper. I guess the first one was not watercolor paper. It was a solid color from the other pack, this pack right here. The garden one. So next I am pulling out another piece. I cut it to, I think it was 2 inches, and then I used the same circle and cut it so I have just a partial piece. Now, what would be really fun is you could actually make this a pocket if you wanted and have things tucked in your tag. That would be really cute. But I glued it down, and then I'm going to take a piece of this paper that's supposed to look like glitter. It's very cool because it totally looks like glitter. And I'm just going to put a little strip of it right above that half circle. And then I've got kind of some layers going on, and I can just trim that along the curve of the circle. And then we're going to do a bunch of fun stuff. So we're going to take some vintage photo, water that down, splatter it on. And because I'm putting stuff on top of this, it's okay to do a lot of splatter because most of it's going to get covered up. Then I'm taking a mini blending brush and adding that same ink just lightly around the edge. Then I'll take my ephemera pieces that I picked out for this tag and glue them together in a little cluster. I like to do that, and then I can put foam squares on the back and stick the whole thing down as if it's one piece. So it's kind of easier for me, at least, to glue it together first, and then yeah, foam squares and stick it down just like that. All right, I decided I wanted a bird on this one too, so I am doing tattered rose for part of the bird, giving it that really like shabby chic pink color. So good. And then some vintage photo. I just need a little bit, and I'll paint the other parts of the bird with that. And I think it's really cute, the two-toned look, and the tattered rose and the vintage photo go together really good. Really good. And so that's going to get popped up onto the top of the birdhouse just like that. Okay, for the love grows here, it took up so much of my tag. I didn't want it stuck down, so I decided I'm going to have it be on the twine, and it'll be a loose piece. I love having like a tag on a tag. That's so fun. So we will put the twine through the punch hole, and then I just wrap the twine around my finger and pull the ends through that opening. Okay, I have some other enamel dots. I mean, don't you have these things laying around, like enamel dots and little gems that you've maybe had for years, you've only used some of them? I decided it was time to pull those out and start using them, and these are gorgeous. And a tag is a really good way to use up any of your enamel dots or embellishments that are big. You know what I mean? Yeah, because it's probably not going in an envelope unless you decided to put it on the front of a card, which you could totally do. This paper right here is my favorite. It is so pretty. So I'm going to make a little arrangement of ephemera pieces and stamped images to go on the top of it. That hat with the flowers is so cute. Then I've got that little, I'm going to call it a bouquet of flowers. And then love grows here. Of course, that's my favorite sentiment for these tags today, because it could go with anything. Like, you could make this be for a birthday card, a thank you, thinking of you, get well. So that's why I picked out that sentiment, because I thought later down the road I can decide what I want it to say. Okay, I am going to do a little bit of coloring or watercoloring here for that little trowel on the handle. I'll do some vintage photo and just have it kind of fade out at the top. And then I wanted to have something behind my ephemera pieces that was a little, you know, textural. So I took some of the twine, I kind of wound it around my fingers and then let it fall out loosely, and then I'm going to tape it down to my little tag here and just keep that really loose. Now this is like an old school thing I used to do all the time, but I love it, especially with this. Like maybe it looks like you've unrolled some twine that you're going to use in the garden, you know, to like tie up your string beans or something. Yeah, so I thought it was really perfect for this. And then I'm adding on some more of those enamel dots that are like the dark green gray color. They look really good with this background paper. So gorgeous. I really love it. I like the dark green, I think, of it all. Okay, so I decided I wanted a little touch of gray on the metal part of the trowel. So I have my T0 marker I used. And then I am using those flowers. I colored out the top of the flowers with the tattered rose and then just using my BG99 for the stems. Next, I have some ribbon here that's like seam binding. I don't know. It's wide, flat ribbon. Like the color is not shiny and it's very cotton feeling. I don't know, it goes really well with the feel of this. So I just stuck it on temporarily with a little bit of double stick tape, and I'm putting some double stick tape on the back of my flowers. I'm going to arrange those on the ribbon. So it's like partway on the ribbon, partway on the tag. And then here's something else I used to do a lot, staples. Did you used to staple things when you were card making? Well, I'm doing that today. I think it works, and I haven't done it in a long time, so it was really fun. Those are my tags for today, my project for this video. I think I'm gonna like putting these on a gift bag that maybe has like a little pot of basil or lavender in it or some seeds. So fun. But remember that this is part of a hop. So check out the hashtag N2S March 24, and you can find the other stops on the hop, more inspiration with not only the paper pad and the stamp and die of the month, but also the box of the month. And in the description box below, you'll also find the link to enter the giveaway and all the stops for the hopper there as well. You can also use the hashtag N2S in full bloom, which is the name of this month's release. So thank you for stopping by and happy stamping. Bye.